look like a river rat because I feel like a river rat. We are currently at Garner State Park out here in the Texas Hill Country. It's so good to be back home. I am originally from Texas, for those of you who don't know. And I've not been out in the Hill Country, specifically like this area, in probably 8 or 9 years. So I'm really, really stoked to be back. And today we're going to be riding the Three Sisters ride. It's one of those popular motorcycle rides in Texas, grabbing some food. And then, of course, I would not bring y'all to Garner State Park without showing y'all the glorious FRIO River and the swimming hole here. So let's go ahead and finish this coffee and then get on the road and see some cool stuff. So I just finished eating here at the Lost Maples Cafe in Utopia. Breakfast here is really freaking good. I got a Western omelet with ham and it was so amazing. Definitely am considering coming back here tomorrow on my way out of town. Technically not on the Three Sisters ride, but it's pretty close. So I figured it was worth coming here before starting this ride. Met a couple other guys on motorcycles this morning who bought me breakfast. I was gonna say lunch, but whatever. Anyways, thanks y'all. If you end up watching this video, I appreciate it. But they mentioned going counterclockwise on the Three Sisters, and I was gonna do it clockwise. So I'm gonna be stubborn and still go clockwise, and we'll see which way we kind of think would have been better. Google says it'll take like 2.5 hours to do this whole loop and end up back in Lakey for lunch. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it and see how the day goes. The Three Sisters is one of the premier motorcycling destinations in the Lone Star State. Deep in the heart of the Texas Hill Country, this 130-mile loop is without a doubt among the most challenging motorcycle roads in the state. The route follows canyons through tight, twisty curves and climbs jagged, steep hills, feeling much like a roller coaster at times. It's also miles from the nearest hospital and lacks cell signal in most areas, making it notoriously dangerous for motorcyclists who run out of talent on the roadway. If you survive the 200-plus curves, you can successfully say you rode 3 Twisted Sisters. Food options in this area are slim to none, but one ice house has always been a destination for riders, the FRIO Motorcycle Stop, also known as the Bent Rim Grill in Lakey. This pole barn turned biker bar features a Three Sisters gift shop and restaurant with plenty of motorcycle parts from bikes that have been wrecked along the route. Other than the views of the hill country, most folks come here for their motorcycle-named burgers. Now that is a burger. Alright, this is the biggest freaking burger ever. I got the Fat Bob. It's got onions, lettuce, tomato, pickles, all the things, chipotle mayo, half-pound Angus beef, bacon, pepper jack cheese. You can't even see it because there's chocolate pretzels in there. This thing's friggin' huge. For like a biker bar, that's a good burger. This thing is just falling apart in my hands. I've heard a lot of hype on these burgers from people, like, oh yeah, Bent Rim Grill is cool, but like their burgers are actually pretty good. They're really good. They're definitely worth stopping for. So this morning we went over here, rode back, came up here, and then did the Three Sisters loop clockwise. And now we're back here. And back to camp. Trusty towel here. Now we are going to swim. I tell y'all what, as soon as I love riding motorcycles, I really love swimming, especially in October. This is glorious. I didn't get stuck talking to people about this Pan America everywhere I've been today. I could have been back here by like 3:30. That was a really good first time ever riding all Three Sisters. I've done part of the Three Sisters route before. I haven't done it in like 9 years. I tried it once when I was like a new rider because I learned how to ride out here in the hill country. But it was raining and we basically got from Medina to Vanderpool to Lakey and then got to the Bent Rim Grill and decided to just call it quits and not try and do the whole ride. And we went back home through San Antonio and back up to Austin. So today's the first time I've ever gotten to do the whole thing. I really like 335. Everyone says 335 is like the worst part of the whole ride. I thought 336 was the most boring one. 337 from Medina to Lakey is by far my favorite. Counterclockwise versus clockwise. I don't know. I bet they're both pretty good. I didn't mind doing it clockwise at all. I can see where doing it counterclockwise would have its pros and cons, but honestly, I think no matter how you do it, you'll have a pretty good time. So if you ever want to do the Three Sisters ride, definitely make time to swim. If you want to come out and just swim and you don't care about drinking or anything, staying at Garner State Park, if you can get a campsite, is totally worth it just for the river access. But Texas state parks don't allow you to have any public alcohol consumption. So if you want to have a couple beers at camp, don't stay here. I've definitely been on a motorcycle camp out in Texas where like park rangers have given us like hundreds of dollars of tickets for drinking. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just enjoy the last 45 minutes of daylight here to myself, and I will see y'all in the morning for that hike. We are going to climb up this big old rock here. The trail is only 0.36 miles long, but as y'all can see, it's pretty steep. So hopefully this doesn't take too long, and if it does, oh well. I've always wanted to come up here and I've never been able to do it, so let's go. Well, as much as I would love to stay another night, I do have accommodations booked in West Texas for the next 3 nights. So we're gonna go ahead and take the scenic route out to Big Bend. If you are not new to this channel and you've been around for a minute, you've probably watched my other Big Bend videos. I was out there last year right when the pandemic hit. It was like right when the world first shut down, and I have not been back since. So I'm really pumped to go back out there on the Pan America and hit a couple of the dirt roads around the park. It is kind of an ADV friendly area in Texas. So I'm gonna go ahead and hike back down this hill and probably go for a swim and then hit the road, and I will see y'all in West Texas on the next episode. Later, y'all.